So we have President Trump coming out and saying that a whole civilization is going to die tonight, never to be born again. The US markets are on the tenterhooks as to what happens after the deadline passes. Already we have unconfirmed reports of bombing of the Kharg island in Iran, which exports most of the oil from this island. So this is already exerting pressure on crude, and once again we find that the Brent crude is started rising once again, and creating a rather difficult situation, because crude on the boil once again will make things rather difficult for not only the developing economies but also countries like the United States, which is very much self-sufficient in energy, but which could get impacted because the prices at the gas station are related to the international prices. So it's something which is a lose-lose situation to find the oil prices on the upswing, and that can impact the affordability factor, which is a very essential component of the midterm elections in the United States about to come in a few months' time. So this whole scenario, although short term, and I do understand that over some period of time shortly, that it can be overturned, but the longer the crude prices remain so high, that's not very good. It's not leaving a good taste for not only for the entire global economy, I would say. So one needs to approach this with rather a lot of care. And the IMF chief also has warned that inflation here is here to stay for a very long time and can have a severe impact on global growth. In this scenario we are navigating, there could be a lot of hiccups in the US markets today, but what happens in Asia tomorrow is very much a different story from what can happen in the US markets today. The reason is that there's a lot of behind the scenes negotiations going on, and where this finally settles down, so how many hours it takes or how many days it takes, very different scenario. There was a point of time when the US markets were moving faster than the developing markets. Right now it's the other way around as well. So we are having a taste of both the worlds, and I would advise that investors need to be very, very cautious, that there's a lot of understanding. People feel that FIIs have gone away from the Indian markets, and so the Indian investors should also start looking at international markets like the UK, Europe, the Latin American markets, the NASDAQ, and so on and so forth. However, I believe that a lot of loss of market capitalization has taken place in Indian markets, and there is good reason to believe that these markets will start rebounding as well. One needs to be cautiously optimistic, not only cautious. I believe that I would say that I'm more optimistic than most other people about India and the Indian capital markets, and we should see some turnaround. The only problem is that people are not able to switch between sectors. At some point of time, there was defense, then there were railways. Much longer back, it was just software. People were refusing when the software story came to an end. People were refusing to move out of software. So they get stuck in sectors, and this is where people lose money. Now also some who are stuck in certain sectors, they are refusing to move out. So you'll have to be very nimble and start moving from one sector to another to be able to get the best benefits. And that's what the very wisest investors and a smart money is going to be able to move from one sector to another rather quickly. And that is going to, because there are new investment themes which are going to come on the horizon because of this Iran US war, Israel war, three countries. So the investors who are able to catch these new investment themes and invest will make the most money. And I'm not very pessimistic or as pessimistic as others. Yes, there is some pain in the very short run, but that does not mean that still there are some pockets of opportunities. Indian markets have overcorrected and some rebound is on the cards. Only thing is that how long it will last is something that is a matter of conjecture. However, we have done our analysis. We are prepared to present it to you, how long it can last and when the new turn will take place in the markets. So if you are a portfolio investor, if you have a good portfolio, or if you're just a trader also, you need to have all these various timelines, time horizons in mind before you invest, right? Or even after investing, you still need to have these on your radar so you know how long or how you should shuffle your stocks between sectors and different ideas. That's all very important. So friends, we're looking at a scenario where the markets don't look very lucrative right now in India, but times are such that the rebound when it comes will also be good for the Indian markets, just like what we have seen over the last 2 days. Today we had given a very good timing, right? 11 o'clock, and then we started seeing a good rebound. Over 330 points, Nifty rebounded from that 11 o'clock time I gave. It's a precious calculation. It takes a lot of effort. And yes, you are also feel free to get all these various timelines to join our premium value. Gives you a 1 week predictions of the markets, includes Nifty options and stock options as well, with targets, stop loss, etc. And you can also look at the premium, the plus, which has got 10 to 12 days predictions in advance, and we include some good multi-baggers there. And of course, there is always the daily predictions package, gives you predictions on a daily basis. For all of these, you can WhatsApp us on 9820861044. It's a lot of effort to present all this and to be consistent. We also have a commodities group, so you can join that. Consistency is the key every day to be able to give ideas, turning points of the market. So if the market like is falling, then you give a call has less premium at that point of time. When it will turn, like today's call we gave 22,750, then 22,850, 850 just ran through the roof, so all these things will have a lot of value, but we need some good patient investors as subscribers, and I look forward to having you on board. If you're watching my video for the first time, do share with your various WhatsApp groups, and do like, and if you did like my video, of course. Look forward to hearing from you. Take care. God bless you.